got a massive UFC 278 next week. The pound-for-pound champ, Kamaru Usman, going for his sixth title defence against Leon Edwards in the welterweight division. Leon Edwards hasn't fought since that war against Nate Diaz in June of last year, in where we saw Leon Edwards tell him up for 4 rounds, and then Nate Diaz nearly one of the turnarounds of UFC history. What do we think going forwards here? Usman probably on paper too strong for Leon Edwards, but
if he's been wrestling his brother at all, then yes, definitely. So,
we spoke about his brother last week.
He's a big boy, so I think Edwards. I guess he's got preference for wrestling. That'll in the welterweight. They all have a very good wrestling background. That usually cancels themselves out, and I just don't think Edwards has it on the feet for Usman. I think Usman's definitely taking that step forward, and not to completely write him off and say he's going to shit the bed, but I just think it's Usman's fight to lose.
Yep, it's a tough ask going against the pound for pound champion of the UFC, a bloke that's already defended his title 6 times and is making a case to be the best welterweight of all time. Our friends, unofficial sponsors at Sportsbet, have Kamaru Usman at $1.28, Leon Edwards $3.74.
Fair. Very fair there, I'd say.
Paulo Costa makes his return to the octagon after, both these fighters on 2 lost slides. Costa being the 6th ranked middleweight, obviously, fallen from grace since that Israel Adesanya fight. And Luke Rockhold, who went up to light heavyweight, actually lost to that man, Jan Blachowicz, that we were just talking about before, and also Yoel Romero, coming back down to middleweight, obviously.
Where he won the belt.
Won the belt, an old head, a very talented fighter, going up against Paulo Costa. How do we see this one playing out?
If Costa doesn't hit the goon bag, he'll win this.
It's gone from he was a bit tired to it was a nice drop of red to it was goon of fortune. Goon of fortune. The excuses that man made after that fight, they make one question probably, attitude, maybe even character.
Yeah, I think overall talent and ability, he should probably knock out Rockhold. I just don't think Rockhold's got the chin anymore.
How old is Luke Rockhold, if you wouldn't mind?
He's not the oldest, but he's
Paulo
been around
Costa is pretty much prime in terms of age.
I'd say mid-30s for Rockhold.
Always in impeccable shape. Yeah, how old's Luke Rockhold?
37.
Yeah, it's getting on, isn't it?
Yeah.
We just
I think it's almost a similar situation as Cruz.
We just saw a 37-year-old, ex-champ.
And Rockhold hasn't fought since 2019 as well in the UFC.
3 years, if you wouldn't mind. Between drinks, it's a tall order. Obviously, we've seen strange results, happen, but you'd think Paulo Costa has the advantage here in this one. Odds, according to our good friends at Sportsbet, pretty similar to the main event. Paulo Costa $1.37, Luke Rockhold $3.11. This is an interesting one. The 3rd-ranked Jose Aldo going up against Merab Vashishvili. I was practicing that one before. Don't know if I got it, but let's go with it. Georgian Merab in the bantamweight division. 35-year-old Jose takes on Merab after Merab's gone on a streak, 7-fight win streak, going up against another former champ in Jose Aldo. What do we see here? Aldo, 35 years of age, I believe, so not quite as old, but still, on probably the wrong side of the hill, up against an up-and-comer in Merab.
Yeah, I'd want Aldo to win because it's probably his last chance at another title fight. Being in the 3rd, if he wins, he definitely puts himself in that conversation. Whether they'll give him Ferreira first, I don't know, but I think that definitely puts him in a potential getting the winner of Dillashaw and Sterling.
Agreed. Maybe a little bit of favouritism shown towards Jose Aldo if he was able to win this one based on prior achievements in the UFC. The odds in this one will be interesting. You'd think I would think maybe kind of 50-50 kind of fight.
You got Aldo's record there, James? I think he's only lost in title fights recently.
It's not many. And the bookies are pretty close as well. Zvashvili, $1.82 to Jose Aldo's $2.02. Obviously, the closest odds in this main card.
Yeah, so I'm just having a look. So he lost to Peter Yan for the vacant belt. Title fight. He did lose to Marlon Moraes on his bantamweight debut. And he also lost to Volkanovski
back in May of 2019.
Yeah.
But he beat Chito Vera back in December 2020. So I don't know if he wins this fight. It
doesn't make sense to give him.
Yeah, exactly. Does he have to get him again? Him being a lower ranked opponent, you'd think maybe not.
No, and with TJ's fighting the champion and Jan's got a dance card already with Sean O'Malley. Like, yeah, it makes sense.
If Aldo wins his title fight,
title fight.
Yeah, that's
and
the
like
way
I said,
it looks.
potentially maybe the last one for him.
Yep. Again, he seems like he should be older than 35, considering the career achievements. But he is only 35, so still might have a little bit of fight left in him. The other main card fights in this one: Marcin Tybura taking on Alexander Romanov in the heavyweight division, and Tyson Pedro fighting Harry Hunsucker in the light heavyweight. We'll be on a Bucks party, boys. Let's go. Yep. Sunday. It's in Salt Lake City. So for those wondering about
the Bucks party.
Oh, Salt Lake City. What? Let's go. Bunch of Mormons fucking partying. It's not even winter time. There's fuck all to do there. The Jazz aren't playing. No, I think Wollongong might be more fun. Anyways, for those that are wondering about times and that, it's very similar to a Vegas card. So main card kicking off about midday Australian Eastern, and the main events around maybe 2:30.
That's it. I've just noticed on the prelim as well, Francisco, I'm not sure if I got that right, Figueiredo is fighting younger brother of
Deficit.
Figgy's little brother.
Flyweight, same division?
Yes.
That's same division? Imagine that. Imagine brothers fighting each other.
Yeah, same division.
That's wild. That's wild. Surely you get to a point where you're like, all right, you got to fucking put on 10 pounds to fuck up.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever happened in the UFC because the Nog brothers are the only ones I can remember, and they were different divisions.
And we're talking
they
about
didn't ever fight each other in pride.
Well, we were talking about the Usman brothers last week as well. They're in different
very different divisions.
Diaz brothers.
Ooh, Diaz brothers are close in division, but they never fought each other. No. They've probably fought each other plenty of times outside of the ring.
I'd say so. I reckon there might have been a bit of sparring between those two.
Yeah, definitely.